Greaves the third. I'm the founder of Garage Gym Life, and this is the Flex Wedge adjustable calf raise block from Exponent Edge. This thing is an awesome piece of gear that I got to check out when I was at Home Gym Con. I love the fact that it's got these handles on the side that makes it easy to move. Whole thing only weighs 33 pounds, so it's nice and lightweight, and it stores easily when I'm not using it. I just stick it behind my power rack and it's out of the way until I need it again. This thing is beefy. It is rated to hold up to 1,000 pounds, which is way more than I use when I'm doing calf raises. And I love the textured surface for reasons which I'll tell you guys about later on. But all in all, I was super impressed with this thing. It retails for $289 right now as part of the pre-order. And you want to take advantage of that because the normal retail price is $319. One final thing that I love about this is you can use your health savings account funds to pay for this. So often there is home gym equipment that we want to use to make ourselves healthy, keep ourselves strong and fit for a long time, especially as we get into our 50s, 60s, and beyond. But you're not able to use your health savings account funds in order to keep yourself healthy. You can only use them when it's too late and you're already sick. So I love the fact that Jay has figured out a way for you to legally use your health savings account funds on something that's going to keep you strong and healthy well into your later decades of life. And this thing is so durable. I know it's gonna last me long enough for me to give it to my grandkids when they are grown-ups so they can stay strong and fit too. Plus, this is actually a prototype, and Jay Benoit, the founder of Exponent Edge, is actually working on an upgrade to this version using feedback that he got from me and other users at Home Gym Con. But we need to talk about the design specs, and there's no better person to talk about that than Jay himself. So check out what he told me when I was talking to him at Home Gym Con last month.
The Flex Wedge is built for calf raises, but it's also built to be able to perform elevated squats, deficit lunges, deficit reverse lunges, and a number of other exercises. It's got a diamond plate on it so that we have a good grip. There's 5 adjustable sections on the side, and if you pull the pin all the way out, it will go all the way down to the floor.
All right, so that was a great breakdown from Jay, but there was one thing that we weren't really sure about, and so he and I were talking after Home Gym Con, and I told him I'd really like to see how this unit operated barefoot because I do most of my leg training barefoot, and I was curious to see how well this surface prevents me from sliding. So he went ahead and he sent this out to me. Now, one thing I gotta bring up before we go any further is this is a bolt I just happen to have around the house. And the reason that's in there is because when this unit arrived, it was damaged in the shipping process. And so the bolt that should have been in here had come out. So as a result, this side and this side no longer match. Now, the reason why Jay and I agreed that he shouldn't bother sending me out a replacement is because this is technically a prototype and he's actually in the process of upgrading the final version of the Flex Wedge based upon feedback from customers that he encountered at Home Gym Con. So there really wasn't any point in him sending me out a replacement bolt when he's about to change the whole unit and upgrade it anyway. So that's why it's like this. So this is not something that should reflect poorly on the manufacturer. This is completely the fault of the shipping carrier. So let's not even worry about that. Instead, let's move on to how this unit performs when I'm training barefoot. When it comes to stuff like any kind of knees over toes squatting, I've been using this adjustable calf raise block that I got from Amazon, and it works okay. It's nice and sturdy. But the problem is, as you guys can see, I always have to put chalk on the surface of this, and I normally put chalk on the bottom of my feet to stop me from sliding, because if I don't do that, as soon as I start to do any kind of knees over toes work, like a squat or something like that, usually my toes will slide down, and I've hit my toes on this enough times to not want to do it anymore. So that's the first thing I wanted to see. And I can tell you guys that in using this, I can tell you guys that the Flex Wedge holds up very well. Now the back of my feet do hang off a little bit, but that's not an issue, and I'm able to squat up and down without a problem on this without putting any chalk or anything else like that. And that just means that my workouts get that much more efficient and faster. Now, if I flip it back around and I use it to stretch, it's also very, very efficient that way. I get a nice, good stretch here. Again, I'm barefoot, but I'm not sliding at all. So this is definitely an upgrade to the unit that I had before. The only time that I have any issues with this is if I take it all the way down to the most extreme incline, and right there, I can feel that I'm going to slide. So let me pick this up and take it over here to the power rack, and you guys will see. Then if I set this up and I want to get a nice good stretch before I walk on the treadmill or something like that, you're going to see that I do slide. It's not really bad. It's not horrible, but I do need to hold on to the power rack in order to stop myself from sliding off. But every other angle, this thing works like a charm. But get on here, and not a problem. And you also can see how sturdy it is, because even without the bolt on this side, it still supports my weight, no problem at all. And like I said, this thing is rated for 1,000 pounds, which is way more than I use for calf raises. And as a side note, you should definitely do calf work barefoot, because it allows you to prioritize which toe you're going to go up on. You can either go up on your big toe, you can roll towards your pinky toe, and just kind of it biases which part of your calves you're trying to develop. And when you're somebody who isn't naturally gifted in calf development, you want to make sure that you are taking advantage of every trick to get those suckers to grow. Okay, so those are the results of my beta test of the Exponent Edge Flex Wedge adjustable calf raise block. I really like this product, and I cannot wait to see the improvements that Jay is making for version 2 based upon the user feedback that he got from everyone at Home Gym Con. I am super excited about this thing. It is gonna let me get rid of this thing completely. And if you guys would like to get on the pre-order list to get one for yourself, the link is going to be in the description for this video, and I highly encourage you guys to head on over there, check it out, and also check out his other innovative products, including the Infinity Bench and the Infinity Arm.